Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I am Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman, and we are here to cover the ARCA Menards series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it's going to be an exciting weekend because we've got a lot of racing going on this weekend, Jay.
There is all three of NASCAR's top three series, and they're at their home track, if you will, of Charlotte. The ARCA Menards series had their home race a couple weeks ago in the Ohio area. But they're also at Charlotte, and then the ARCA West out in Colorado. So we got a lot to cover. Thought we'd get an early jump on it. And Sharon, you kind of got me excited. You know, I look at the entry list. There's 32 there. We'll get to that, but that means it's going to be a good ARCA Menards series race.
Yes, indeed. 32 drivers on that entry list. Now, what the race we're talking about is the General Tire 150 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The date is May the 23rd. I believe that's Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be televised live on Fox Sports 1. I'm always excited when that happens, Jay.
I was just going to say, you just made me even more excited because that means, I'll be able to watch it sitting on my couch after I get home Friday night. It won't be live. I won't be live, but now let's get into this race. On the strength of 2 wins so far this year, Brandon Queen, Butterbean McQueen, is going to be in the number 28 BestRepair.net Chevrolet as he leads the ARCA Menards Series Championship standings into the 5th round for their 2025 season. The General Tire 150 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Queen won the season opener at Daytona International Speedway and the series' most recent race at Kansas Speedway to now lead the standings by 1 point over Lawless Allen in the number 20 Auto Park at Toyota and LeVar Scott. It's still only 1 point. LeVar Scott in the number 6 Max Siegel Incorporated Chevrolet in a tie for second place, only 1 point behind the leader. Again, how much more can we add to this one race? Because there's a lot going on in the ARCA Menards series.
There is indeed. Okay, now Allen, who earned his first career ARCA Menards series victory 2 races ago at Talladega Super Speedway, started 30th and finished 8th in his first appearance at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2024. His average starting position so far in 2025 is a series best, and this is amazing, 2.3.
That is indeed. Now, on the other hand, Scott heads into the Charlotte race with 4 finishes of between 4th and 6th so far this season, with his average finish being a series-leading 5.0. Now, Scott finished 5th in his first and only career start at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2024. Scott is the only driver to complete every lap and finish among the top 10 in all 4 ARCA Menards Series races in 2025, and going to be joined by teammate Lanny Weiss in the number 2 Max Siegel Incorporated Chevrolet. She finished 7th at Kansas Speedway in her ARCA Menards Series debut.
And Garrett Mitchell, driving the number 30 Kinetic Ford, also known as Cletus McFarland of YouTube fame, is making his 3rd career ARCA Menards Series start and his first on a 1.5-mile track at Charlotte. Mitchell finished a career best 10th in his most recent start, and that was at Talladega Super Speedway. And we're both excited about this next driver.
You took the words out of my mouth. When we looked at the entry list on it is Grant Enfinger. He's going to be in the number 97 ALL Construction Chevrolet. He is the 2015 ARCA Menards Series champion. He'll be making his 100th series start in substituting for series regular Jason Kitzmiller, who will return home after practice to attend his daughter Addison's graduation ceremony, where she's going to graduate as the 2025 valedictorian at Petersburg High School in Virginia. Now, Enfinger will be doing double duty on Friday as he's also competing in the night's Craftsman Truck Series race, which we'll preview a little later.
Yes, indeed. Now, Andy Jakowiak in the number 73 Acacia Energy Dax Markets Toyota enters the General Tire 150, coming off his 4th place finish run at Talladega. and a sixth place finish out at Kansas Speedway. Jakowiak's only finish out of the top 10 was the 14th place finish at Phoenix Raceway, and that was back in March.
Now, Austin Green's in the number 2 Overplay Games Chevrolet. He'll drive a second entry out of the Pinnacle Racing Group stables. Green is the son of 1994 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion David Green. He's making his second career series start. His debut came back in 2020 at Toledo Speedway, where he finished 7th.
And ARCA Racing has a really nice feature article on Austin Green if you want to check that out. Also, the General Tire 150 will feature the modified live pit stop procedure. Any caution is an opportunity to pit, and the cars that pit will realign behind the cars that do not pit in the order they come down pit road, unless they lose a lap to the pace car or are under penalty. There will be scheduled caution at or around lap 50.
And Ryan Newman holds the ARCA Menards Series track qualifying record at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That was set back in 2000. Time was 28.911 seconds, or 186.780 miles per hour. Three-time series champion Tim Steele holds the track race record. And that goes back even further, set in 1996 at 138.730 miles per hour.
Wow. All right, now the General Tire 150 is going to be televised live on Fox Sports 1 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, May the 23rd. Live timing and scoring will be available on arcaracing.com. And for up-to-the-minute updates, please follow ARCA_racing on X, formerly known as Twitter. So some really good stuff there for the ARCA Menards series.
There is, and as you said, you can find all the information you need at the ARCA Menards Series homepage. They got the full entry list. Sharon and I are going to cover a little bit about it. We'll also preview the Colorado National Speedway. It's got some information on that. Tickets, if you still want to get tickets, if you don't have them yet. So check out that ARCA Menards Series homepage. That'll give you everything you need.
All right. Well, you know, all of the drivers this week are going to have to contend with Joe Gibbs Racing on Friday night, as the team emerged victorious last year with Tanner Gray behind the wheel. But this week, it's going to be in that number 18 this weekend is the defending ARCA Menards Series champion, William Sawalich, who's eager to get his first win on an intermediate track. So the 18 has been super strong this season, no matter which series, ARCA series he races in, and no matter who's behind the wheel. So that's the car to watch, I would say, Jay.
Well, most certainly, and you know that's one I'm watching anyway. The only other drivers that we haven't already mentioned that the website's listing for sure would be Patrick Starpoli, Spencer Gallagher, as well as Will Kimmel.
Yeah,
we'll take a look at the entry list too and see what else we find.
Yes. We mentioned the pit stop around lap 50. They're going to have a maximum number of tires purchased at the track and from home. Allowed for use for this race is 16 of those tires. So that will be for practice and qualifying, as well as the race itself.
Well, another note there, it says the field is limited to 30 starters plus provisionals, and we read a total of 32. So we'll have to see how that plays out for their qualifying.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting because it sounds like two drivers may not make the race. Starting position is going to be set by each car's fastest record lap per the time session qualifying procedure, plus any provisionals.
And that's why I say I don't know what they give as far as provisionals. I know I don't have to pay the purse, but as a promoter, I'd be like, if there's two of them, let them start. But that's just me being a nice guy that I am.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the entry list, Jay.
All right. Like I said, scrolling down a couple of regulars, Nate Moeller and Tony Costantino and Mike Basham, I know, are in this weekend. Matt Kemp is back as well.
Yes, indeed. We already mentioned William Sawalich, Lawless Allen, Spencer Gallagher, and Patrick Starwood-Poley. But also driving this weekend is Tim Richmond from Ottawa, Illinois. So one of my fellow Illinois drivers. I'll skip the next two, but Rick Goodell from Denver, North Carolina, and Ryan Huff from Williamsburg, Virginia will be in this race as well.
Andrew Patterson, Thad Moffitt in a new ride this year, and Brad Smith. We talked about him a little bit last week, getting a career finish, been a long-time driver in the ARCA Menards series. And then you also got the Venturini Motorsports, Isabella Robusto, going to be in the number 55 this weekend.
Then you got Brian Duzat in the number 57 from Alexandria, Louisiana. Ryan Roulette, you mentioned him. Will Kimmel's been mentioned. Andy Jakowiak. Cole Raz is back. I've been wondering when he was going to be back. He's in that number 76 Kevin Sawinski machine.
Casey Carden out of Georgia going to be there, as well as Michael Maples in the Maples machine, Don Ray Petroleum Maples Motorsports machine, and then Alex Clubb, Brayton Laster, and Jeff Schofield.
All right, so that's your 32-car field for the race at Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. And just to give you some updates on other races, actually there's two ARCA platform races this weekend. The ARCA West is also racing on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern time out at Colorado National Speedway. That race is going to be available to those who are subscribed to FloRacing.
Well, there you go. There's always ways to watch these races. I am appreciative that, like you said, this one's going to be on FS1. And I think that's important. We've seen the visibility and platform that the ARCA Menards series has built in getting some of these races on FS1 now.
Now, do you want to cover the points report for the ARCA Menards series, Jay?
Yeah, we'll get that battle again. The key point, as I get that pulled up, I know the key point we want to look at there, though, is the top of the battle. Brendan Queen having that 1 point advantage over Lawless Allen and LeVar Scott. We'll look at how tight the rest of it is here. Fourth place, then, Andy Jakowiak is only 13 points back. Jason Kitzmiller in fifth is 23 back. Now, again, he was skipping this race, so that should or might move him down. William Sawalich is actually in sixth with only 3 races in out of the 4, but is entered this weekend, 35 points back. Then you got Thad Moffitt. Cole Raz is back. He only has 3 of the 4 starts. Alex Clubb and Patrick Starpoli. And Starpoli, another one in 10th, only has 3. So hopefully he can get himself a good run this weekend and move up, as, again, we have a couple that aren't in the race above him. So we'll see how that plays out. But the points battle up top tells it all.
It really does. It's going to be a close battle already, with just 1 point separating the top 3 drivers. You don't see that happen very often. And so we might have a big 3 in this series this year, Jay.
There you go. It has been a while. Brendan Queen, obviously leading the way with 2 wins, but Lawless Allen and LeVar Scott, the consistency there and the fact that they hanging within 1 point, even being down. Lawless Allen has 1 win. LeVar Scott doesn't have any. And he's another one just waiting for him to break out and get that win, because he has been right there, knocking, thumping, kicking on the door.
Yes, indeed. Is there anything else you think we should mention before we move on, Jay?
No, well, actually, I will. I'll throw it back to the homepage, not necessarily for prior to the race, but after the race, because they have the Reese's Sweet Move of the race, and you can vote on it. And come Monday, I believe, is normally Sunday night into Monday, I think, is when they do the final tally and post it on there. It's always interesting to see how that comes out.
Yes, it'll be out on Monday. Now, I know Monday's a holiday, but I think Jay and I are going to come back on Monday and do all of the previews for you, so that you have that information as quick as we can get it out. And there's just so many great articles at arcaracing.com for fans to check out. Now, I do want to also mention that the next race for the ARCA East, we're going to have to wait quite a long time for. That race will be at Dover Motor Speedway on July the 18th at 5 p.m. I know by the time we get to July, you're probably going to be tired of hearing that. But what we're hoping is that with repetition, you won't forget it.
Well, and that is one of those, especially I think the ARCA East only runs, I believe, about 8 races through the season. So, yeah, there's our can go in a little bit bigger gaps and stretches between races. But that just builds the anticipation when they do make their on-track return.
Yes, indeed. So do watch for more. We have more previews to take care of here as we're recording. We'll be doing the Truck Series next. After the Truck Series, we're going to move over to the Xfinity Series, racing at Charlotte, and then the ARCA West Series at Colorado National. And we'll close out with our Cup Series at Charlotte. Just a reminder, as it relates to the Cup Series, that race is going to be, this is the first of 5 races on Amazon Prime. So if you don't have Prime, you can get a free 30-day trial, and you'll be able to watch all of these races. So that's what we're recommending. Even Amazon is recommending that. You just have to remember and cancel it after those 5 races if you don't want to continue on with the Amazon Prime membership. But it's going to be worth it for you to do that free trial that they are offering and take advantage of the free shipping that they offer. So just an FYI there for everybody, and a heads up. And then, of course, we always want to thank you for tuning in. And we will look forward to seeing you as we continue through our list of races to preview for this weekend at Charlotte and Colorado National. Okay,
certainly
everybody.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed. We're going to close this one out, and we'll see you in the next video.